Greetings, my fellow warriors, we're Meckanimal, and today we're discussing the concept of somatotype, where we break down the different type of body that exists, and that concept has been going around for a long time. I remember when I first started training, I got into fitness sometime about 10 years ago. I encountered that concept within the first 2 weeks of my journey, and it suggests that there's three different types of body, and we have the ectomorph, which is the slender looking type of body. Then we have the mesomorph, which is what I can really relate myself to, type of athletic, but in between real thick and slim. And this is the body type that most bodybuilders in the community can be categorized in. And you have the endomorph, which is the big, thick type of person, and usually big hips, a broad upper body, a little chunky, if you want to call it that way. So, is there any such thing as those three different body types? And is it true that you are born a specific body type? I personally do not believe so, because I've seen people go through all these three body type phases, before my eyes. And if somebody was to challenge the idea that those people weren't the body type that they started, it will be a big problem. So specifically, this guy that I've seen last year called Mindful Mover, yeah, he was pretty much on the mesomorph type, mesomorph limits, and all of a sudden he just went on intermittent fasting and really strict dieting, and he lost a whole lot of weight, including muscle mass. I would think a little bit of muscle mass has been shed in the process for him to become that typical ectomorph looking person. And if you had never met him before, you would think he's an ectomorph right now, because he just looked like an ectomorph. No one will ever believe he was in that phase where he looked like a mesomorph. And this is not the only example. I've known other people as well who've been in the range of mesomorph, that you call it, and after really focusing on whatever objective they had to lose weight, they found themselves in the ectomorph section of the library, if you want to call it, a library of ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. So I believe we all have ability to stay in a category, but you're not born to be there, if you understand what I'm saying. So to say that you are an ectomorph, you are a mesomorph and endomorph, and you have to train specifically based on that body type is some type of life, some type of bullshit. And get at me if you want to. Training should not be specific to your body type, but you can achieve any any structure or any body type that you want, depending on your goals. To become an ectomorph, all you gotta do is start with yourself, and you get to that ectomorph side of things. Would it be easier than done for some people than other? That's when the question should. That's when it can become interesting, because some people genetically, because of their ability to eat more or less, or maybe the ability to manage hunger, they can be able to reach a different body type phase better or faster than other. That's where it can be tricky. But to say that you are born to be a specific body type, I think it's just overreaching, and it shouldn't be so. And unfortunately, a lot of people push some programs in the fitness world and try to, I don't know, make people subconscious of their so-called body type, or maybe we have that they sell it as weaknesses. And yeah, I mean, it's just some nonsensical concept out there. Your ability to be a specific body type is based and comes down to your ability to eat more or eat less. You want to become an ectomorph, get on a strict diet, you end up losing muscle mass, you're gonna be that ectomorph. Because what's an ectomorph? An ectomorph is somebody with some slender muscle bellies. And even though genetically you're predisposed to have a specific shape of the muscle, you can, by losing enough muscle mass, it's definitely gonna slant down to whatever an ectomorph look like. You wanna gain more weight, you wanna become a mesomorph, train and then eat, bulk up, and you'll be that mesomorph that people tend to point out. You wanna become an endomorph, oh shit, just eat the whole lot, get on that dirty bulk, and you are that endomorph. Be able to transition from one body type to the other. Is it that easy? No, that's the hard part actually. Be able to transition from one side, from one body type to the other. But I can guarantee you that if you diet properly and lose enough muscle, body fat, you'll be looking like a mesomorph. If provided you took long enough to achieve your maximum potential, based on your frame, you will look like a mesomorph if you train properly. Is it gonna be easy? No. And will you be giving up before you reach that goal? It might be the case. So you might end up looking at the ectomorph your whole life, because based on your activity level, based on your training protocol, meaning your training goals, you may just end up staying in that body, in that body shape, because you're probably not eating enough to gain some muscle mass or whatever it is that may be. So I don't know if you understand a little bit what I'm talking about. So that's my personal opinion. Feel free to take it as is. It's not gospel. I'll just give you my insights, and you just do. You just make your own decision and do whatever you want to do. But don't let somebody make you self-conscious or box you into a specific body type. You want to lose weight. Diet hard and lose muscle mass. You become an ectomorph. You want to gain, eat more, do some strength training, and you get to that endomorph status. The thing is, be looking at endomorph who have an affiliation with retaining a little bit more body fat. So you'll be on that dirty bulk looking, in that dirty bulk looking phase to be called an endomorph. That's what I believe. And that's about it, man. Take an example of David Goggins. He started looking like an endomorph, right? What does it look like now? You will say he's an ectomorph. But how the hell you leave that status of endomorph to ectomorph, and you maintain that ectomorph looking body for as long as he did right now, just because he had that high level of activity and he burned as much muscle mass that he needed to maintain that activity level. So don't be boxed into a specific body type. You are now a specific body type. You can achieve pretty much anything you want, but the genetic makeup will be the mold of the maximum gains achievable. So the moral of the story or the rant is the genetics make you up, but it doesn't define you. Genetics make you, but doesn't define you. Yeah, doesn't make sense. I think so. Genetic makes you, but doesn't define you. Yeah, it sounds cool enough. All right, guys. Hopefully, I was clear enough on my stance on the Somatotype concept, and feel free to drop comments and let us know if what you think about the body type concept and what's been going around, and people being obsessed about whether they are ectomorph, mesomorph, or endomorph. Alright, man. Peace. Meckanimal way. Salutes.